today. From Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers.
The Florida humidity certain to be a factor in this one. There's no other way to say it, really. It is hot. It is humid here at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers. They, too, were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Tom Brady bringing out the Tampa Bay offense, and week 1 it was Tom Brady's first time starting in a different uniform in 20 years after those 2 decades in New England. Didn't get the result that he wanted, a loss and a little bit of a mixed bag performance, Charles, because he had the 2 touchdown passes, also ran one in on an improvised QB sneak, but a pair of interceptions really cost him.
And how about this? The quarterback he was playing against, Drew Brees, also the master of the improvised quarterback sneak. Both of them do it so well, but Tom Brady, the 2 interceptions that you referenced, one was a pick 6. And last season, didn't have a single game where he threw multiple interceptions all year long. So we know that's unusual for Tom Brady. I would expect a big bounce back going forward for him.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's got the first down here and then some, but a penalty flag down. This could very well be coming back. So they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
7 brings up second down at the 22-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Brady. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving. The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, and then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate. I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here in this first series.
Complete to Scotty Miller.
I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
It's a first down following a gain of 3.
6-yard line.
Brady now on first down. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
The numbers for Jones last week, 17 carries, 66 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first. Jones hit and the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out come the Patriots with their new quarterback for 2020, and he, like their previous quarterback, a former MVP, Cam Newton.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Brady. This is caught. Gronkowski.
Brady's pass.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
To throw, it's Brady. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead.
3. Panthers nothing.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Carolina working back out here for their next offensive possession. Wanted to look back to what they did in week 1, Charles. A loss to Las Vegas, 34-30. Bit of a disappointment for Matt Rule in his coaching debut at the NFL level. And they did come back from 12 down with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to take the lead, but then that was only to see Josh Jacobs score the third of his 3 touchdowns, which was ultimately the game winner. So a bit of a disappointment not only for him, but of course they had a quarterback change in the offseason as well.
Yeah, they're the definition of building, but that doesn't mean they won't be competitive. So you already mentioned it, making that comeback to take the lead before ultimately losing the ball game. I think we're going to see a lot of that from this team all year long. Remember, the turnover is huge there. Head coach, new quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater, so many new faces on defense. The fewest returning starters of any team in the NFL. So they go to Tampa next week to take on Tom Brady, who's going to be ticked off after losing his opener. And then they go on the road again, cross-country, to take on the Chargers in Los Angeles.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. And now it's second down.
All right, CD, I want to fit in your preseason predictions here. This now our 5th year together in the booth. Hard to believe time flies, but it's an annual tradition that you tell us how you think things are going to shape up in each conference. Let's start with your thoughts on the AFC.
All right, let's start in the East. I like the Bills. In the South, I like Indianapolis despite their loss on opening day. In the North, I like Baltimore, and out West, of course, I like Kansas City. For wild cards, I like the Chargers coming out of the West. I think that in the East, New England is going to get the nod. And then out of the North, I'm taking Pittsburgh. Remember, we got that extra team in the playoffs this year. And then when the playoffs break down, I do think it's going to come down to Baltimore and Kansas City in the AFC. And Baltimore, by a nose, goes to the Super Bowl.
And just to be different from you, I like your conference championship matchup. I'll take Mahomes and the Chiefs heading back to the Super Bowl yet again.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
3-yard pickup. Brings up second and
on 2nd and 7. Brady. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. A rare pick 6 thrown by Tom Brady. He'd thrown only 14 regular season pick 6s in his career coming into this season. A couple others in the playoffs, the one to Robert Alford in Super Bowl 51. And you might remember the Titans' Logan Ryan doing it late in the wild card round loss a season ago. Now the try here for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
For Carolina.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 22-yard.
Tampa Bay taking the field again here, Charles. And before this next drive, let's visit what was easily the most anticipated game of Week 1. Their game against New Orleans. New Orleans getting the better of the Buccaneers, 34-23. Of course, it was the debut of Tom Brady in pewter against.
Say it again. Say it again.
Oh, pewter? Yeah, that's the color, right?
Tom Brady in pewter. We've known this was coming. Yet finally it was here. And I don't know about you, but it still seems surreal to see Tom Brady in that uniform.
Yeah, it was strange, and unfortunately a couple of costly interceptions.
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Brady finding Godwin there for a Buccaneer first. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Brady now on first down. He finds his target. It's Evans.
And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season.
Brady's throw there complete.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 21 more. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Justin Watson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Lions suck up on for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
A reminder, still some good games coming up here in week 2 of the NFL. Later tonight, a rematch from that Super Bowl a few years back. New England visits Seattle up in the Northwest. And then on Monday night, we'll be there. The first regular season NFL game ever played in the state of Nevada. The New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders from Allegiant Stadium. That should be something.
All right, this gives us a chance, Charles, to go back to your playoff predictions. We covered the AFC. What do you see happening in the NFC?
All right, let's go with the division winners. Dallas in the East, Green Bay in the North. Let's see, New Orleans in the South, and out West, San Francisco. Wild cards, I think two come from out West, Arizona and Seattle. And the third wild card, I think it's going to come from the South, and Tampa Bay gets in. Now, I don't believe Tampa Bay's going to the Super Bowl. I think New Orleans and Seattle will slug it out for the Super Bowl champs, and I'm going with New Orleans to find their way in.
Okay, so you got the veteran Breeze against Lamar Jackson in the Super Bowl, and who ultimately do you have winning that one, CD?
Oh, yeah, the old head and the kid, right? I'm going with the kid in this one in a Super Bowl classic. Baltimore wins the championship.
All right, just so I go on record, I mentioned I'll take the Chiefs, and I'm going to take them over the Packers. So I think we'll have another young and old QB mix. Packers, a little bit of a surprise getting in there, and I'll take Mahomes with a repeat title.
I love it. A rematch of Super Bowl I, which was called the NFL-AFL Championship game. Actually, the World Championship game when they played it back in 1967.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Shotgun now for Brady. This for his running back, McCoy. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. And that's complete. It's Watson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. On first down, Brady. Going to drop this off to McCoy, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Brady. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Brings up 3rd
The
down.
final shot before half for Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And that one finds the Falcons out in front. Russell Gage, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. Ben Roethlisberger has thrown a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And that game all tied up as they host the visiting Giants. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So they trail by 3, and they just got 3 yards to start the third quarter.
Let's step into a different topic here for a second, Charles. You think about all the action that happened on Sunday, Week 1 in the NFL, but Saturday was an important day for a number of players around the league as well. In fact, we might even have a new holiday called Extension Day. A number of contracts.
Can we make it into a movie? Can we do that? Can we make it into a movie?
Yeah. By me. A number of contracts that were crucial were extended, and really it started with Dalvin Cook, 5 years at $63 million. That was a big one for the Vikings.
Yeah, it was, and it's huge for Dalvin Cook because there was a school of thought that maybe they wouldn't do it because of Alexander Madison's presence, but they're going with their big guy. How about that? Just a few minutes later, Alvin Kamara, he re-upped with the Saints, 5 years, $75 million. Love that one. A great move for New Orleans. Even better for Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, good to be a running back, and then switching it to wide receiver. Cooper Kupp with the Rams. What was his, 3 years, almost $50 million. I think $48 million to be precise.
Yeah, he did very, very well, and I love the way that he runs routes, and he gives the Rams a great presence downfield. And how about Demario Davis? We got away from the skill position, guys. A linebacker, one of the top ones in the league. He re-upped in a big way. 3 good years for him, added to his contract in New Orleans.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Brady gives this one off to Jones.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Well, that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13. Brings up 3rd. From the gun on 3rd down, Brady.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Throwing, Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here's the Panthers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Here's Mickens to return.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
Back now comes Tampa Bay.
And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
It's a gain of 9.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And there's a nice catch there by Rob Gronkowski. We all know the story. Came out of retirement, got himself traded to Tampa Bay from New England in order to reconnect with his favorite quarterback. And no one has caught more Tom Brady touchdowns than Gronk, and he expects to add to that total in Tampa Bay.
And this is caught by Evans. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Brady to throw again.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
But we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. It's good to make it 17-7. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
Kickoff for Tampa Bay.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Greer and the Panthers set to go 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now it's the backup Greer. And his first throw here is incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Here's Greer again. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
1st down, Panthers.
1st down, Greer. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Room here to run. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain.
1st down, Carolina.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Gain on the play.
And Greer on 3rd down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Greer. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. I want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to bowl his way in for a Panther score. Christian McCaffrey. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
This will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit. And you tell them, here's the situation. They got all of their timeouts. So we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Bucs, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.